Introduction on my story. In the introduction, James Clear shares his personal story of how he overcame his own challenges and developed a system for building better habits. He introduces the concept of atomic habits and explains how small changes can lead to big results. Part 1 of the fundamentals of atomic habits. Chapter 1 of the surprising power of atomic habits. This chapter explains what atomic habits are and how they can have a significant impact on our lives. It also introduces the idea of marginal gains and how small improvements can add up to big results over time. Chapter 2: How your habits shape your identity and vice versa. This chapter explores the relationship between our habits and our identity and how they are intertwined. It explains how our habits help to shape our sense of self and how changing our habits can help us to become the person we want to be. Chapter 3: The importance of habits in achieving your goals. This chapter focuses on the role of habits in goal achievement. It explains how habits help us to take consistent action towards our goals and create momentum for progress. It also introduces the concept of habit stacking, which is a technique for building new habits. Part 2 of the 4 Laws of Behavior Change. Chapter 4 of the first law: Make it obvious. This chapter introduces the first law of behavior change, which is to make the desired behavior obvious. It explains how to use cues and prompts to make the desired behavior more visible and increase the chances of it becoming a habit. Chapter 5 of the second law: Make it attractive. This chapter explores the second law of behavior change, which is to make the desired behavior more attractive. It explains how to use rewards and other techniques to make the behavior more appealing and increase the motivation to do it. Chapter 6 of the third law: Make it easy. This chapter focuses on the third law of behavior change, which is to make the desired behavior easy. It explains how to simplify the behavior and remove obstacles that make it difficult. It also introduces the concept of habit bundling, which is a technique for pairing new habits with existing ones. Chapter 7 of the fourth law: Make it satisfying. This chapter explores the fourth law of behavior change, which is to make the desired behavior satisfying. It explains how to use immediate rewards and other techniques to create a sense of pleasure or enjoyment from the behavior. It also discusses the importance of tracking progress and celebrating small wins. Part 3 of the Advanced Tactics of Atomic Habits. Chapter 8: How to Make a Habit Irresistible. This chapter discusses advanced techniques for making habits more attractive and easier to do. It introduces the concept of habit stacking and how to use it effectively. It also explores the role of identity in habit formation and how to use it to create a positive self-image. Chapter 9 of the Role of Family and Friends in Shaping Your Habits. This chapter focuses on the role of social influence in habit formation. It explains how our relationships with others can either help or hinder our habits and provides strategies for creating a supportive environment. Chapter 10: How to Find and Fix the Causes of Your Bad Habits. This chapter explores the reasons why we develop bad habits and how to identify the root causes. It provides strategies for breaking bad habits and replacing them with better ones. Chapter 11: Walk Slowly, but Never Backward. The Importance of Continuous Improvement. This chapter emphasizes the importance of continuous improvement and making small changes over time. It explains how to create a system for ongoing progress and how to use feedback and reflection to adjust and improve our habits. The chapter also provides strategies for staying motivated and maintaining focus on our goals. Chapter 12 of the Law of Least Effort. This chapter explores the concept of the law of least effort and how it applies to habit formation. It explains how to create habits that require less effort and are easier to do, making them more likely to stick. The chapter also provides strategies for optimizing our environment and reducing the friction that can prevent us from taking action. Chapter 13: The Inverse Relationship Between Habits and Willpower. This chapter explains the relationship between habits and willpower and how they can work together to support our goals. It provides strategies for conserving our willpower and using it effectively to establish new habits. The chapter also explores the role of self-control and discipline in habit formation. Chapter 14 of the Cardinal Rule of Behavior Change. This chapter introduces the cardinal rule of behavior change, which is to focus on the system rather than the goal. It explains how to create a system for success that focuses on our habits and routines, rather than simply setting goals. The chapter also explores the importance of setting up our environment and designing our habits to support our goals. Chapter 15: How to Stick to Your Goals When Life Gets Crazy. This chapter provides strategies for maintaining our habits and sticking to our goals when life gets busy or stressful. It explains how to use flexible planning and adapt our habits to different situations. The chapter also explores the importance of self-compassion and resilience in maintaining our habits over the long term. Conclusion of The Secret to Results That Last. The conclusion summarizes the key points of the book and emphasizes the importance of making small, incremental changes to our habits. It explains how atomic habits can help us achieve our goals and live a more fulfilling life. The conclusion also provides a final call to action to start implementing the strategies in the book and create lasting change in our lives.